it's a great day in the Bronx today. If you don't know, you better ask somebody so you can find out.
We're here in the Bronx. This is a big day, the Dominican Day Parade with Andy King. There's a big race coming up in September, for the 12th Council. Yes. Andy, first of all, tell us a little bit about that district.
Well, that district comprised of the Co-op City area, Eden Wall, Garner Hill, Baychester, and Wake Eden area. And I'm excited about being a part of this council race this year as a lifetime resident living in that district all my life. I'm ready to make change happen, and that's why I'm engaged. Because of these young people, we need to make sure the future is a little brighter for them tomorrow.
Okay, now you're talking about change. What type of change?
Well, we want to make sure that we have leadership in the Bronx that's going to be inclusive to all of the community, keep the community engaged, keep the community informed, and show the community that there's leadership that's going to protect them and not neglect them. That's what I'm looking and aiming to do as the next city council representative in the 12th district.
Okay, and now we have some youth behind us. Hey, some flags. Let me see your flags there. now, you're quite involved with the youth. Could you tell us about your programs?
Well, yes. 4 years ago, I started the Bronx Youth Empowerment Program, a program designed to keep our young people civically engaged and community-minded. These young people are just some of the young people that are involved in the program that's been in existence. They go to community board meetings, they lobby the elected officials, they write letters. They make sure that they're engaged and make sure that they are the next generation of leaders with our assistance.
And tell us a little bit about the school system. Do you foresee any changes that you could make it better?
Well, the first thing I would like to address is making sure that our parents and our students are part of the process of understanding. When we talk about involvement, we need to make sure that they're at the table and whatever decisions that are made in the best interest of our schools and what's being taught in our schools, that our parents and our students are part of that process along as educators.
Involvement is important.
Yes, most importantly, one of the things that I've learned over the last years of being community-minded and being an organizer for this community is that unless the community participates in whatever endeavors or whatever the goals, whatever the values of that community, if the community participates, we're able to move an agenda. When the community sits on the sides or not informed, that's when things stay stagnant. We can no longer afford for our community to stay stagnant.
Now I have a big one, housing. Housing, first we must have a roof over our heads.
Yes, we do.
Tell us a little bit, about your concerns or which direction you'll go with housing.
Well, with housing, we want to make sure that we maintain a certain percentage of affordable housing and public housing. We can no longer afford that the New Yorkers that live here to be priced out of their own communities. We have developers that are building, and we want to make sure if development is going to happen in our district, that is what the community needs, not what the developer wants. And if we can always be at the beginning of the table, at the beginning of that process, then the community needs will always be serviced.
Sanitation, is that also under your guideline?
Yes, one of the things that I think improves a community, the way a community feels, is if you set a proper decor. And if the lighting, you've got proper lighting, if you have good clean streets, if you have sanitation that's in place that picks up the trash when it needs to be picked up, then you feel better about your place. Think about it, if you're in your own home, and if your own home is sloppy and dirty, you're kind of disorganized. Same thing with the community. If a community is dirty and sloppy, then the community is disorganized. And we want to make sure that sanitation is done properly. And when the developers build, we need to be mindful of how we build on the properties that we have, because what tends to happen is because of overbuilding on a property, you can tend to have sanitation issues, because where you once had 2 families living, now you may have 12 families, and that brings a lot more trash.
A lot more trash. Hey, before you go out, I know you're hurried. I have 2 more little questions. One on health care. That's right. Another big issue.
Yes, it is. I'm an organizer for 1199, a healthcare education project, and that's been my fight for the last 2 years, fighting the budget to make sure that healthcare is protected, make sure that we engage and support President Barack Obama's initiative to make sure that healthcare reform, that all New Yorkers in the United States have access to quality health insurance. And these young people, more and more importantly, I fight for every day. We had a young person in our program who was suffering in the class, and we found out because her dad didn't have health insurance, she was having headaches and was disruptive. It was all because she couldn't see. We organized together, got her some glasses. Now she's an A student and the behavior problems have gone away. So that's why it's so important that we make sure that everyone has access to health care.
And last, before we go, your thoughts on illegal immigration?
Illegal immigration. When we talk about immigration, you go back in the history of America, we all pretty much are immigrants.
This is true. My family came over, Germany and Italy.
Right, so we need to, leave that piece alone, that, we're better than. If we're all here, we need to find the ways that we can find an easier streamline to get those who are here, who are working, they're paying taxes, they're part of the process, they go to the hospitals, they buy, they shop, they live in the area, they need to be a part of the situation. part of the situation here at home. You know, we can't exclude them from not being a part, because we all are part of one big community.
Thank you. I want to say thank you to Andy King. We're going to go out to a parade. Hopefully there's not going to be any torrential rainstorms. And then from here, our next segment is Mayweather Marquez. We're going to go to the fights.
There we go. I'm looking forward for a good fight. I mean, I like Mayweather, and no disrespect to the challenger, but watch out.
Thank you for your time, man.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, everybody.
All
want to say hi to everyone. Thank you. We're here with Dr. Robert Smith, and you're someone on the campaign of Mr. King?
Yes, I am. I'm a member, I'm the founding pastor of Church of the Savior in Co-op City, Bronx, New York. And our community has enthusiastically and with great passion and energy endorsing Mr. Andy King to represent us as the next member of the City Council from the 12th District.
And what are some of those reasons? What does he bring to the table, and what can we expect?
He brings to the table integrity, which is sorely missed in today's body politic. He brings vision. He brings a strong sense of unity within our community. He also is able to reach across all faith traditions to knit the community together around the issues that are most prevalent and the most intimate in the lives of the people in our community.
Andy, could you tell us a little bit about your education, where you went to school here in the Bronx?
Sure. As a lifetime resident here in the Bronx, I've attended a PS 112, which is in the Edenwald-Baychester section, to PS 78, PS 41, that's my parents moved, and went to Olinville Junior High School 113, now known as Richard R. Green campus, and I'm a graduate of Evander Childs High School. I'm a product of the New York City system. I'm a product of the education system. That is my home. I graduated from William Patterson College in Wayne, New Jersey, after attending Texas on a basketball scholarship. So I came back home to get what was given to me. So I'm grateful for the education that I received, and I will continue to give what I have to help keep learning and teach our young people the importance of education.
Yes, and tell the young people how important education is.
Well, with education and knowledge comes some wisdom, and with knowledge comes power. So we want to make sure our young people remain educated, and as I like to say, invest time developing their brains as opposed to wasting time doing nothing. That's the important key. Doors open, and when the doors open, are you ready? Are you prepared to take on the world when the rules change in life when you turn over 18 years of age? I say it's our time as adults and the community to make sure our kids get it right. I'm Andy King, and I know, Kristal, you got to go to another event you got to take care of. But tell Floyd Weatherman, I wish him the best success on this next fight. God bless, and let's have a wonderful, wonderful year together. I'm Andy King, running for the City Council in the 12th District of the Bronx. Thank you. Have a great day.